It was nearly midnight when Daniel Carter boarded Flight 727 from Chicago to Seattle. The airport was unusually quiet. Most passengers looked exhausted, eager to sleep through the 4-hour journey. Daniel found his assigned seat, 12A, beside the window. As he settled in, he noticed a young woman sitting in Seattle 13A directly across the aisle. She wore a dark blue coat and held an old leather-bound book. Something about her seemed oddly out of place, yet he couldn't explain why. As the plane lifted into the cloudy night sky, she looked over and smiled. "Long flight ahead," she said. Daniel smiled back. He had no idea that conversation would change everything. For the next hour, Daniel and the woman talked quietly. Her name was Evelyn. She spoke with remarkable calmness. She knew strange facts about cities they flew over. She told stories about old train stations, forgotten hotels, and abandoned roads. Every story ended the same way. Someone disappeared. Daniel laughed nervously. "You really like scary stories." Evelyn smiled. "No." She looked out the window. "I just like true ones." A chill ran through Daniel's body. As the flight continued, Daniel noticed odd things. Nobody seemed to acknowledge Evelyn. Flight attendants never offered her drinks. Passengers walked past her without making eye contact. At one point, a flight attendant accidentally bumped into her seat, yet she didn't apologize. She acted as if nobody was there. Daniel found it strange. Still, Evelyn continued talking, almost as if nothing unusual was happening. Around 2 a.m., the plane entered severe turbulence. The cabin shook violently. Passengers gasped. Overhead bins rattled. Daniel gripped his armrest tightly, but Evelyn remained perfectly calm. Not even her hair moved. Not even her book trembled. She simply stared forward. Then she said quietly, "Don't worry." Daniel swallowed hard. "How do you know everything will be okay?" Evelyn smiled. "Because I've been through this before." The turbulence finally passed. Most passengers fell asleep. The cabin grew silent. Evelyn suddenly leaned closer. Her voice dropped to a whisper. "When we land, don't leave immediately." Daniel frowned. "What?" "Wait exactly 5 minutes." "Why?" She hesitated, then replied, "Trust me." Before Daniel could ask another question, she returned to reading her book. The plane crossed a powerful thunderstorm. Lightning flashed outside the windows. For a split second, Daniel looked toward Evelyn. Something wasn't right. The lightning illuminated every passenger in the cabin. Except her. Her seat remained strangely dark, as though the light couldn't reach her. Daniel blinked. The next flash looked normal again, but his heartbeat accelerated. At 3:47 a.m., Flight 727 began its descent. Passengers gathered their belongings. Phones switched on. Seatbelts clicked open. Daniel turned toward Evelyn. "I guess this is goodbye." She smiled warmly. "Maybe." Then she stood and walked toward the front of the aircraft. Moments later, passengers filled the aisle. Daniel lost sight of her. The aircraft reached the gate. Passengers rushed to leave. Daniel remembered Evelyn's warning. "Wait 5 minutes." Feeling foolish, he remained seated. 3 minutes passed. 4 minutes. Then suddenly, a loud crash echoed outside. Passengers screamed. An airport service vehicle had collided with the jet bridge moments after docking. Had Daniel exited immediately, he would have been standing exactly where the accident occurred. His hands began shaking. Evelyn had known. After the situation calmed down, Daniel approached a flight attendant. "The woman who sat in seat 13A warned me." The attendant looked confused. "What woman?" "The woman beside me, Evelyn." The attendant checked her passenger list, then frowned. "Sir, there wasn't anyone in seat 13A." Daniel laughed nervously. "That's impossible." The attendant's face remained serious. That seat was empty the entire flight. The attendant led Daniel to the crew station. Together they reviewed the passenger manifest. No Evelyn, no ticket, no record. Nothing. Then the attendant froze. She pointed to an old framed newspaper clipping hanging near the crew office. Daniel's blood turned cold. The photograph showed a young woman. Dark blue coat. Same face. Same smile. The article headline read, "Flight 727 crash claims 43 lives, 1987. The woman in the picture was Evelyn, one of the victims. Daniel stared at the photo in disbelief. Then he noticed something terrifying. Someone had recently placed a fresh white rose beneath the frame.